think people are always surprised when they see me because I'm just this skinny white guy, and yet I hold a world record which has lasted for, getting on for 2 decades. And certainly when I speak to young people and I go into schools, I can tell them the stories of when I was 7 or 8 or 10 or 12 and say, look, I had no idea that I could do something like this, and I'll show them the videos of Gothenburg or of Sydney, and they're all like, wow. But I said, but I was just like you. Gothenburg was super scary for me. I'd never been to a major championships where people had not just expected me to win, which they did, but they also expected me to break the world record. And in the first round, all I wanted to do was get a decent jump in, settle my nerves, and then concentrate on trying to first win the competition, and then, if I was in great shape, final great form, break the world record. So I never anticipated breaking the world record in the first round. A huge sense of relief as well as celebration. But when I stood on the runway for my second round jump, there's a big smile on my face, and I thought, right, let's have a really big jump here. I may never get this opportunity again. Such great shape. I love the Alevi Stadium. Really nice atmosphere. It was a great World Championships. A really nice feeling to it. And as soon as I landed in the pit, I knew it was a world record. I knew it was further than the previous jump. I kind of stood up. There was no big celebration. I just shrugged my shoulders as if to say, well, I can't believe it. I've broken the world record again. My favourite athletics moment would be Cathy Freeman in Sydney. I competed on that evening, and nobody was really taking any notice of the triple jump. All they were concerned about was Cathy Freeman running the 400 metres. I was still taken aback by the response of the crowd, and indeed of the whole country, to Cathy Freeman. In terms of just performance level, I'd probably go for Bolt in Berlin. It was just breathtaking. You just sat there, and I was working for the BBC, so I was right on the finish line, best seat in the house. Seb Coe was one of the most, graceful athletes to ever step foot on a track. He kind of floated around the 800 metres. It was very aesthetic to watch. Some athletes kind of struggle against themselves. For Seb, it was effortless. And in a way, he's been very, very similar as a chairman of London 2012. Huge amount of stress, huge amount of pressure, and yet he always maintained a kind of sereneness, which is really important as a leader. I was 37 when I retired, so I was pretty lucky to be able to go for that long. After Sydney, I decided that, I'd try and get to Athens, and if I did get there, great. If I didn't, it wasn't the end of the world. I'd become Olympic champion. I'd broken the world record. I couldn't ask for anything more in my career. I was very lucky to get involved with television, so I was still at the World Championships. I was still at the Olympic Games. Had I retired and been sitting at home, not feeling part of this world that had been my world anymore, that would have made it even harder. But yeah, retirement's tough, but when it came, I was as ready for it as I think I could be.